Red alert. I said red alert. All right, buckle up and stay cool and stay out of danger, especially DFW and anyone in the path of this storm, which is putting up a fierce lightning wall, moving clouds, and some of the models said it will be gravity waving. Earlier today, I was out for a walk. A hard wind started to push in, and then over the city loudspeaker, it was announced the Trump tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China have begun. And I was like, whoa, feels pretty dramatic, you know? Here, we're looking at a photograph from the moon. There are like 3 moon landing adventures happening this week. And this was the first one, Firefly. I believe they landed successfully and are now shooting back data. But let me retro back to the storm. No, Bear Gran. If you are bothered by headaches, migraines, or body pain and weather changes, you'll probably have a lot of that Tuesday PM into Wednesday in the middle of the country. All the time, March pressure records could be broken, or nearly so. St. Louis, Quincy, and surrounding areas. It's like you're about to get hit with a pressure hurricane. And I gotta say, even here in DFW, well ahead of the storm, the sky has been talking. And it's got shit to say. Don't get distracted. Stay focused, lock in, and stay out of danger's way. Here's the area we're looking at for most of the possible severe weather. I definitely think this is going to have some heavy wind components and possible tornadoes. And the variables and components of the storm system bring with it extreme fire danger to some places. And it's going to have winter components for a lot of people, from Thunder Bay all the way down to Scotts Bluff, and then some ice in between for possibly Minneapolis and Sioux Falls. Shout out to everybody at the Palmer Divide and the super cool Palmer family. They all may be getting a bunch of snow. It's March, what may end up being the craziest month of the whole year. Pretty please pray for peace. Things are crazy and kind of confusing. But what's not confusing is the weather and critical wildfire danger that is possible for the next few days. John Honore, extreme wildfire danger and extremely critical danger from wildfires growing beyond containment through Tuesday across large portions of the state. Stay weather aware, my fellow Texans. All right. And New Mexico, this is for today. So you're getting a bunch of like wind, rain, storm, possible tornado warnings up here, and then super dry heat down here. It's like a story of fire and ice or volcano weather. Markets kind of shit the bed on the trade war beginning, and the USA announcing it will no longer send any type of support to Ukraine. And new Bitcoin, crypto, shitcoin, rug pull economy news. Trump announced a cryptocurrency reserve that the government was going to buy, like Cardano, Solana, XRP, and Bitcoin. And so it shot up on the news. And then when they were like, all right, the tariff war has begun, it shot back down. It's still like 20% off highs. And then it was announced that with all the changes, the tariffs, the dodging, GDP would take a much bigger hit than initially estimated. So like possibly negative 2.8%. Seems like a lot of instability in the air, atmospherically and everything else, really. Super duper bad fires broke out in South Carolina the other day. And the Oscars were Oscaring, if you're into that type of thing. Tornadoes on Mars. Yeah, definitely stay cool, buckle up. This month is going to be wild. Venus went retrograde in the first or second. And like as soon as that happened, and right before that was the fight between Zelensky, Trump, JD Vance, and the guy who's yelling about the suit. And then some of the most popular girls on Twitch, Valkyrie and Imiru, were hanging out doing like girlhood marathon. And somebody asked for their phone number. They said no. And then the guy said, I will kill you all. And started to follow them and attack them. And Amaranth, one of the most popular OnlyFansers, I think 3 guys tried to rob her. One guy hit her in the head with his gun, but then she pulled out her gun and shot one of them. This was a home invasion. And this pretty much happened at the same time the Valkyrie and Emiru were attacked, which I think is really, really, really bad Venus retrograde sign. So, ladies, definitely play defense. Stay smart, stay cool. Choose where you go and who you're with very wisely. Then in the middle of the month, Mercury goes direct. So we'll have a while where Venus is direct, Mars is direct, and then we'll have an eclipse on the 13th. And here at Thor News, we always watch out for a big storm about 5-ish days before the eclipse and 5-ish days after, give or take. And then we got another eclipse at the end of the month. I'm worried about, I said this on the 3rd, what type of effects all the cuts are going to have. And it might have been a good idea to distribute economic impact stimulus checks when they started the 10% USA GDP cuts. It's like if you lay 10% of everybody off, that means those 10% of the people who had jobs and stuff, a lot of the people who do have jobs and families, they have to kind of help pick up the slack when, you have a severe life disruption like that. When it's done on kind of a mass scale, you know what I'm saying? And there were cuts at NOAA and NWS, and those are continuing on, which I am not a fan of in any way, shape, or form. Sure, get rid of stuff you don't like and make it more efficient, but if anything, you want to double the budget of the National Weather Service, in my opinion. And with everybody so focused on fixing the government and all the cuts and stuff, I wonder who's focused on the people. Super duper good luck to everybody out there doing their best to stay cool and survive this month. We are all in this together. And pretty much as soon as Venus went retrograde, I fell asleep with my laptop on the bed, knocked it off, and broke the screen. But I'm MacGyvering it, kind of getting it to work. But I need to buy a new laptop, and I did not have that in my budget. I didn't even go see Sammy Hagar when I was supposed to, because I just got this spooky feeling like 10 days ago that, oh shit, the economy's about to really slow down, isn't it? So I asked, if you would love to contribute to Thor News getting a new laptop, that would be wonderful. But it does seem like everybody's a little extra broke right now. And so the Twitter thing where like, oh, we are the media now. Okay, but a lot of the biggest accounts, run with really weird shit that definitely is not true. And it's easy to verify that that's not true. Like this guy was saying, Venus was photographed in front of the moon. And no, it wasn't. Blackpink in your area. All right. Smoke them if you got them, and good luck in your pursuit of happiness and avoiding storms. Okie dokie. All right, so you've got Ceres, the Sun, Saturn, Neptune, in Pisces. Mercury's just entered Aries. That's where Venus is, going to retrograde back into Pisces. And then you'll have Neptune and then Saturn, or the Sun, and then Neptune and Saturn going into Aries. And Aries is war. Or it can be peace, if that's what everybody wants. The biggest power player. Anyhow, buckle up and smoke them if you got them. Definitely tell your mother and all your loved ones and friends you love and appreciate them. And thank God, Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit. If that's your thing, it is mine. And, if we make it to June, Jupiter will enter Cancer. And so hopefully things will get a lot better then. You know what I'm saying? As your planetary defense commander, I find it helps to stay delusionally optimistic, but while having a very realistic sense about everything that's happening around me. Oh yeah, and that asteroid we were worried about for a while, we're not worried about it anymore at the moment. All this dooms make me feel kind of romantic. And I thought the James Bond stuff at the Oscars was really, really, really cool. God bless everyone. Talk to y'all soon.